Now, remember, when a group of Democrats released a video telling members of the military and the intel community that they should disobey unspecified orders from the commander-in-chief. One of those senators in that video was Navy veteran Mark Kelly of Arizona. The Department of War launched an investigation into Kelly over what many view and have called seditious behavior. And now the Secretary of the Navy is looking at whether Kelly should be demoted in rank or have his pension payments reduced. Here with reaction, retired U.S. Navy SEAL officer, the one and only Jocko Willink is with us. He's a real hero. Sir, welcome back. Good to have you. How are you?
Doing great, Sean. Thanks for having me.
All right, reaction.
Yeah, I think that, Senator Kelly's a guy that served with distinction. I don't know what he's thinking in this particular scenario. I know that video, I don't think it was aimed at the troops. If it was aimed at the troops, it certainly didn't land. I think it was a video that was made to create a reaction as a political statement. And the reaction that they're getting is Senator Kelly is now facing a letter of censure and a threat to his retirement and his rank and his pay. So I think it's an escalating conflict. And if I were Senator Kelly, I think I would try and de-escalate if I were involved. I know that would hurt the ego because you think if you back down, you're hurting your ego, you're exposing yourself. But I think it's important to remember that divisiveness does not help a team win, and it certainly does not help America win, and he's not gaining any influence in the military with these types of behavior. So hopefully they can find a more constructive way to communicate.
Well, they said in that video they have not only a right, but a duty to not listen to, quote, an unlawful order that was never defined by them. How does that help the military in terms of the chain of command? That sounds to me like they're telling the military, don't listen to your commander-in-chief without mentioning any specifics.
Yeah, you're right. It implies that there is some sort of unlawful order out there. What they're saying is actually true. Anybody in the military will tell you you're not allowed to obey and you must disobey unlawful orders. But they're implying that there's some unlawful orders out on the horizon or that there's been unlawful orders without identifying any of them. So yeah, that undermines the chain of command and it's not healthy. And I think anyone that's in the military knows and understands that. And that's why I think it's a dishonest video. And I think it's just meant as a political statement.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.